Hello, welcome to Transtastic. I'm Julian, and the topic of the week is free. So I'm kind of excited about this week, except not really, because there's too many people in my house right now. Maybe I should just talk with coffee and be like seriously. So because it's free week, I thought I would talk about books. Books with trans and non-binary characters. Books that I've read, actually. The first book I'll mention, it's Under My Skin. Jesus, the sun, damn it. Under My Skin by Australian author A.E. Dooland. It's the story of Min, like a workaholic kind of person who has a lot of issues, like body issues, like you call it dysphoria or dysmorphia, whatever you want, but has never really addressed those issues. Like, they're so focused on work and they just would rather just chug on Red Bull than deal with it, which is not cool. Don't do that. So Min meets Bree, a high schooler who is kind of a fan of them because Min has like a DeviantArt account and posts drawings. In befriending Bree, Min gets to realize a lot of things about themselves, right? Because Bree is such a complicated character, such like an annoying character that they just keep digging and digging and digging into the things that Min just does not want to think about. And that helps Min in a way. That helps Min realize that maybe these things should not be buried. And so it begins this kind of journey, the journey of this character into exploring their gender identity, their gender expression, and everything else. The story is very, very easy read. One of the things that I really love and why I'm recommending this book in this channel is that it is a very non-traditional or unusual transition, because Min is very afraid of changes and very afraid of doing everything at once, and what will happen in their workplace, what will happen with their boyfriend, what will happen with their family and their friends and people around them, which is something that I do relate to. Like, those thoughts actually kept me from a long time from wanting to transition. They don't really care much about language or labels or pronouns, and you should know, like, in the whole novel, Min is almost all of the time referred to by she, her pronouns. It is totally fine, because Min is such a character that they focus way more on things like how they feel, like what kind of things make them feel better or affirmed in their gender identity and everything else. So they try on things very, very slowly, and it is no slow as in boring or dull. They don't go everything at once. They do it kind of a slow paced, I guess. And the fears and the anxieties and everything, it is there, and that's why I liked it, because it's honest and realistic in a way. That's the book. That's like my commentary on the book. So you can look it up on Amazon and check the author's webpage. The second book I wanted to talk about is a little bit more difficult to explain. Butch Blues was published in 1993 by a queer author, Leslie Finberg, and it's a story that is told in a very different way than what we are used to, or than the language that we use right now. And I am going to refer to the characters and all the situations in the words that the book is written in, because I think that's just the right thing to do. The book is the entire life of Jess, who is a Butch woman from Buffalo. I thought Buffalo was like in Texas or something. It's in New York. I was laughing a lot about this yesterday with a friend. Buffalo. So the story covers the life of Jess from the 60s through the 80s. If you think of it, if you think of the whole context, very tough. So like huge trigger warning for violence and for everything that you can think of, really. It's a book that will make you very angry, very frustrated with the world, with the order of things, with the whole, even not, like, heteronormativity and sexism is one thing, but it also touches on racism and capitalism. It's a very dense book in that sense, but there are passages that are written so beautiful that it amazes me, really. It is very rich in language, in my opinion. The book is just a honest portrait of the era, 60s through the 80s, the Stonewall riots, and it touches on the subjects of gender a lot, and gender outlaw and everything. The main character is not, if they are trans or not, but if anything they are a gender outlaw, and that is a word that was used in the book. So, but the whole journey of this character is so long. I don't know how long the book is. I'm not completely sure. It's so long. I don't want to explain it to you in fears that it would basically be a spoiler. I'm going to go now. Tell me in the comments if you know these books, or what books do you recommend, what books did you enjoy or did you not enjoy. It doesn't matter if they have trans or non-binary characters, it can be whatever, but like, let's talk about books I like reading about. Anyways, I will see you next. ¡Mande! No me he fijado. I will see you next week. Goodbye. Hi, it's me filming on the same day. I just wanted to make a few clarifications because I just finished reading Butch Blues. So the same day I recorded. So I am quite stoked, first of all, because I just finished it and I have a lot of feelings to process, and that is the shade of my phone on the, okay. I read all the notes, the author's notes. It basically Leslie Fingber bought the rights back from the original publisher, so that like she could have full rights of it, and it is now available. And it is now available on their website, lesliefingber.net. Where you can download the free PDF version, and you can also buy the paperback version from lulu.com. I think it's at around $19.35. That's all that I wanted to clarify. I just read through the whole thing, the whole explanation of how it happened, how the buying back the rights and everything. Leslie was a communist, and she wanted to have that, you know, to get back the ownership of it. Something that I did not mention, or I think I didn't mention before, is that the novel was not just about gender and just the journey of this character. It was also a novel that talked a lot about the class struggle, basically. My feelings on finishing the book, of course I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but just beautiful book, seriously. You will not be disappointed. The language that it is used, you have to, you know, I think they mentioned in one of the author's notes that transgender used to mean a different thing back then, and it probably does mean, well, did mean a different thing for Leslie, you know, throughout her life. So you just have to put yourself in that mindset of, okay, this was just a different era. I'm gonna go because this video is going to be a pain in the butt to edit. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've read any of those books, comment below, or comment with another book that you love, with a trans character or a non-binary character, or just a book. I love to hear about books. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Have a great week. Bye.